Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to my review for Lords of the Fallen. Just want to jump right in and give you my thoughts and ideas. If you have any questions or criticisms or critiques or anything I missed, please drop a comment. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content. Let's jump right in. So I gotta start off by saying I really enjoyed this game. I had a great time playing. There was so much to see and do, and as far as the genre of Souls likes, it's definitely a plus. The gameplay is pretty solid. It's crisp movement. You know, it's got very little issue with interacting with the environment. The level design is great insofar as it being approachable and having depth, as well as fantastic interconnectivity. There's so many opportunities to backtrack and redo different areas of levels that you didn't catch before, or you may not have even noticed were there. So definitely the gameplay was fantastic. From a graphical standpoint, it definitely benefited from developer updates, I will say. Obviously, you can see that it looks fantastic. Since the patch, I think it's the 17 patch. Here, I can actually, let's see. Let's go to the main menu really quick. I think it gives you the version there. But since that patch, it's definitely been a much more fluid experience. Initially on a mid-range PC, which is what I currently use, it was buggy, laggy experience, a lot of stuttering. There was some visual tearing, but so version 1.7. But the devs have done a fantastic job revisiting all of these issues. They've optimized it very well. It runs so smoothly. I have been clocking a steady 58 to 60 frames per second with my settings. I got the graphics on medium. So it's just been a dramatic difference in the overall aesthetic and function. So a mid to high grade PC, I would definitely recommend, but you definitely won't be disappointed. This game will absolutely knock your socks off visually. The sound quality is very robust. The ambient background noise is spectacular. You can just hear the hawks crying in the distance. You can hear the wind blowing. You got bells tolling. It's an ambient feast in terms of the auditory quality. Very well accentuated. The combat sounds are nice. They're hefty, and the voice acting is good. Which I definitely appreciate. The storyline is really good. There's got plenty of intrigue, several twists to the mainline story. I have a much deeper level of appreciation when I complete the Radiance and the Inferno endings, but as it stands with the Umbral storyline, it was definitely engaging. My only critique is that the Umbral ending seemed to fall a little flat at the end, with just the text on the screen as the finish. Otherwise, great overall story. The length was average. It hit that sweet spot between 40 and 50 hours for an average playthrough. If you're looking for 100% or going for platinum, expect to be well over the 100-hour mark. But there is plenty of content, and it'll definitely allow for a in-depth experience. Bugs and issues. My biggest issue was the lock-on feature, to be honest with you. There have been plenty of opportunities in combat where I'll attempt to lock on to a target and the environment would impede my ability to lock on, or in some cases it just failed altogether and put me in a position where, I wound up with my back to an enemy that I'm trying to engage with. Like I would be trying to lock onto this guy, which it's working now, so it's proving me a liar. But in most cases, it would just I'd be locking, and it'd be doing that jump thing you see it doing, and next thing you know, I'm facing this way, and then I've got an enemy right on my back. So that was really my biggest issue. Very frustrating, especially further into the game where enemies start scaling up, and you can get taken out pretty quickly in a situation like that. But yeah, that's about it. Final impression, this is a fantastic Souls-like, a tremendous entry in the genre. I definitely applaud CI Games. I look forward to further entries, not only in the genre, but hopefully with this IP. I'd love to see, you know, a Lords Part 3, as it were, because obviously this is the second iteration of the game. But, they figured it out. They got the formula right, I think, and it's just a really sound installment. And I love the fact that, and this is just another side note for me, that with uh, the weapons in the game, like they you don't have to spend points unnecessarily in in attributes that you're not going to use. Like, this is an Umbra build, so my focus is primarily on Radiance and Inferno, and you can see right now I've got 55 Radiance, 55 Inferno, and I didn't have to put points into strength or agility. Obviously, endurance and vitality are crucial to any build, but and then in addition to that, the weapons that I focused on scale with my scale attributes. So Radiance and Inferno. I didn't need to pump anything for strength to be able to wield it. So that was really a plus. I love that design attribute. I love the ability to focus on your build and really, accentuate and hit those marks that you're aiming for in terms of your gameplay. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I hope you will too. Check out the playthrough. If you have any questions or comments, please sure to drop them down below. Make sure you subscribe, so you get updates on more content, and I will catch you guys on the next one. See you around.